Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. All right, Mike Hoosier in three, two, one.
WPVL AM Test Audio.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling and Wolf Construction. And sponsored by Claire Bank, Cuba City Family Dental, Culver's of Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville, Edward Jones representative Ben Reeves and Elena Reeves, Fuller's Milker Center, Nutrition World, the Peterson Agency, Raleigh Cheese, the Shoebox, and Tricor Insurance.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball, presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, AM 1590 WPVL.com, and the AM 1590 WPVL Sports Radio app worldwide, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, if I have everything on right. From Lancaster High School, the Platteville Hillmen take on the Lancaster Flying Arrows in Southwest Wisconsin Conference boys basketball. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Steve Prestigard. And as the SWC boys season hits the halfway mark after tonight, the race appears to be for second place behind Platteville. The Hillmen not only haven't lost an SWC game yet, they haven't won an SWC game by fewer than 15 points. That includes their 63-40 win over the other SWC favorite, Dodgeville. That was the result of a 20-0 second-half run by the Hillmen. And by the way, that game was in Dodgeville just before New Year's. Lancaster is one of three teams in the SWC that have just 2 overall wins each. And one of the Flying Arrows wins was over River Valley for Lancaster's only SWC win so far. But this is a rivalry game. These two teams have played each other as conference rivals since 1925, and certainly before that, before conferences existed. And high school sports, as you know, is predictable only for its unpredictability. So who knows what's going to happen tonight. On the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Also in the SWC tonight, River Valley is at Dodgeville, and Prairie du Chien is at Richland Center. There is one game of big note in the SWAL tonight, Cuba City at Darlington. That is on Super Hits 106. And we have wrestling tonight, Lancaster at River Valley, and that is on 97.7 Country WGLR. When we return, the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. We're back in 2 minutes on AM 1590 WPBL.
Pregame 1.
You give 110% at work and in the game. So why not give 110% to get a beautiful, healthy smile? Schedule your routine checkups and any major dental care at Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. They'll help you maintain a beautiful smile, along with daily brushing and flossing for healthy teeth and gums. Call today to schedule your checkup. And if you have any problems with your teeth, make an appointment with Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
24/7, 365. Myers Heating and Cooling is your trusted residential heating and cooling system service provider. Join Myers Comfort Club for peace of mind throughout the year and around the clock. Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Don't worry, we got this.
Heads Up Salon. Sherry, Jennifer, and Brittany at Heads Up do highlights, color, cuts, perms, and new barbering services too. Heads Up Salon, North Jefferson Street, Lancaster.
To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Visit Culver's today in Platteville, Dubuque, and Galena.
This is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Dubuque Mattress was voted best place to buy a mattress for many reasons, but one of them was best price. Because Dubuque Mattress is a mattress factory, we are truly factory direct. We cut out the cost of the middleman. And because of our volume, we have the most buying power. I personally guarantee that Dubuque Mattress is 10 to 40% less than any other mattress store in town. Find us on Highway 20 directly across from Tyson's. Dubuque Mattress for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Pre-game one.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, Platteville and Lancaster, and SWC boys basketball. We're joined by Platteville coach Mike Hoosier. Thanks for joining us. This is the halfway mark of the season, or after tonight. How do you assess yourself? Where do you think your team is?
It's a good question, Steve. I think we're always assessing where we're at and trying to figure out where we need to get better and what's gone well. At this point in the conference season, pretty happy, I guess. We're sitting in first place, but we know we've got the second round coming up after tonight, and that'll a lot can happen, and usually does in the SWC. So can't look too far ahead, but to this point, very pleased with the kids. They've worked extremely hard, very cohesive group, very balanced group on the floor, and they're good kids off of it. So no qualms, so to speak, from my standpoint, but always room for growth.
And in part, that was the reason you play a team like Edgewood Saturday. And it's kind of funny that the last two times, I think, at least, that you've played Edgewood, you got killed by your start, or more accurately, their start. They came in and looked like they'd always played at Platteville.
Yeah, they looked comfortable, right? And they shot it really well. And we knew that going into it. It's a deep team. I think we talked about it last week, Steve. They're deep. They're talented. They can shoot. They're big. They're, at this point, they proved it on the court. They're further along than we are. And but that was good for our young men. I think you have to play those games to really be able to assess where you're at, where your weaknesses are, and what needs to get better. And quite frankly, we can talk about it in practice. We can show them. But as the coaches say, that film doesn't lie. And that film from Saturday pointed out a lot of truths about where we're at. But the good news is the kids came in this week. They're working at it. They understand what they need to get better at. So that game will serve us well, I think, both in the short term and the long term as well.
So as far as Edgewood and then, the other games against Merrill Point and Darlington, for instance, what stands out that you need to do better, particularly considering that, the farther you get in the postseason, the better, obviously, teams are going to be facing?
Well, if you look at us overall, we like to pressure the basketball. We like to play 84 feet, but we also know when you get into the tournament or when you get against really strong physical teams, you've got to be good in the half court, and you've got to be able to guard. But you also have to be able to execute your offense, maybe for extended periods of time. And I think that's an area we've got to get better at. I look at those three losses in particular, Steve, and we struggled in the half court. We struggled to get shots. In some cases, we're not ready to shoot because your windows to get shots up are tighter. Maybe a little bit with the physicality, but probably more so with Edgewood. I think they just overwhelmed us a little bit with their athleticism. With Mineral Point, Darlington, I felt like it was we make some free throws, convert some easy opportunities. Those games probably go a different direction. Against Edgewood, it's attention to detail. It's doing the little things right, and it's doing them right every day in practice, and that has to carry over to the games.
Okay, so Lancaster tonight, they've won just 2 games. They're not the only team that has won just 2 games of the SWC. But on the other hand, they're everybody's they're your closest rival, and you're their closest rival. So I suppose you can't look at this and say, well, that's an obvious W.
No, absolutely not. I think we've talked about this on Friday night. On Friday nights in the fall, that is. Anytime you can ride your bike to the town that you're playing or the school you're playing, the kids know each other. And you can pretty much throw the records out the window because anything can and normally does happen. So for us, we talked this week, it's not looking at the jersey across from us. It's worrying about ourselves, making sure we're right, we're mentally ready to play, and continuing our process on a daily basis of getting better. But watching Lancaster, Steve, they've got some young guys that are playing in new roles. I see stretches where they play really good basketball, and then some where their inexperience shows up. And so they're getting better, and Coach Knapp does a great job with his guys, and I know he'll have them ready for tonight.
So what is it you're going to be trying to do today?
Yeah, recipe for us, we've got to pressure the basketball, get out in transition, and then when we get opportunities against their zone defense, we've got to take advantage of them. And I think we probably have a little bit of an advantage inside and make sure we convert our opportunities.
All right. Thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Hi, thanks, Steve. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Mike Hoosier, the Platteville coach. Back with more after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
Pre-game 2.
Each season, farmers put it all on the line. So it's just good business to get every advantage you can. That's why the Roundup Ready Extend crop system created the Spray Early Weed Control Guarantee. When you spray before or at planting, you can give yourself a season-long advantage over weeds, and it can help boost your yield potential. Show weeds you mean business and learn more about guaranteed weed control at RoundupReadyExtend.com/sprayearly. Guarantee is subject to program terms and conditions. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
I think farming picked me. I didn't pick farming. I'm not afraid to try something new. It's my farm, my family, and our future. My Channel Seedsman gets that. I get access to innovative products with personalized advice backed by data to maximize my yield potential. With Channel, I know I'll prosper for years to come.
Define your future at channel.com/future. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices. Copyright 2022 Bayer Group. All rights reserved.
These days, making your vehicle look right after an accident can be more challenging. Tim Thane with Abra Auto Body shares how Abra excels in this process.
We have certified technicians, all the best tools you could ever ask for. All of our technicians are ICAR certified, and many of them have decades of experience. We work on all makes and models, pretty much anything from your standard Chevy to BMWs. We'll pretty much repair anything you have.
Abra Auto Body, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota, when you're ready.
Here's to Wisconsin winter traditions, celebrated year after year.
Hey, check this out.
To lighting up a frosty night with fireworks at Fish Creek Winterfest. Here's to cheering 8,000 skiers across the finish line at the American Berkey Biner in Hayward. And to snow sculpting magic at Winterfest in Lake Geneva. Plan your winter getaway at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Pre-game 2.
1. Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on AM 1590 WPVL. Platteville and Lancaster and SWC boys basketball. We're joined by Lancaster coach Brian Knapp. Thanks for joining us. The record is what it is, obviously, but how do you feel like your team is doing right now?
Well, I guess we're healthy. It's the first time, I would say, all season that I've had a full lineup and a full week of practice with a full lineup. So that was kind of nice to see everybody there able to practice. So hopefully that transfers into a good game on the court tonight.
You have a team that replaced a lot of guys over the last 2 years. So you have guys that are even coming into the season relatively inexperienced and stuff. Is that kind of the explanation for how things have gone at this point, or has there been other things?
You know, I would say some of it is, but we're past that midway point, a game past it, so that youngness, or however you want to say it, is should be gone, and you should have some, experience on the court. So the mistakes that you have made, you can't continually make them if you want to be successful.
Okay, now Platteville is one of those throw out the records kinds of rivalries. You played in this rivalry, and I've coached a few years in it. Is that kind of how you look at it? That there's, everybody knows everybody, so there's got to be an edge for you in that sense.
Well, yeah, you like the rivalry games, a conference game. It's always nice to come out and compete in those type of games. And, they rival in not just basketball, other sports, baseball, football, whatever it may be. So it's nice whenever you beat a close town rival, or at least compete with them. And the goal for us tonight is to sneak out of here with a win.
So what do you have to do in order to do that?
Well, rebound. And then, they're just, you look at it, you watch them on film, and they don't have they're solid all the way around. They got 7-8 kids that are real solid. So I guess you got to play solid team defense, which we worked on. We had 3 days to do that. So that's our plan. And box out the big kid, number 34, and limit. He's 6'9". We don't have a 6'9" kid on the floor, so we have to limit second chance opportunities and go from there.
I would think also that one of the big challenges of playing
Platteville is how deep they are, because there's not many teams that have a good-sized bench where you can bring guys off and they will score. So that's got to be a real challenge, too.
Yeah, I would say one of Coach Hoozer's better plays comes off the bench, and second leading scorer in his team. So he's a pretty effective kid, and he goes, like I said, he plays 8 kids consistently that are
Pregame 3.
People's State Bank is locally owned and locally managed with 20 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology, we're it. As a community bank, we're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, community-minded, just like you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
What does the lifetime comfort guarantee from the Dubuque mattress really mean? It means peace of mind. For the entire life of the Dubuque mattress, we will adjust the feeling. If it feels a little too firm, we'll make it softer. If your mattress feels too soft, we'll make it firmer. We take the qualified unlikely out of mattress shopping to give you peace of mind. Dubuque mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory.
Pregame 3.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. Today's game brought to you by People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their 20 area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. We're also brought to you as always by Grant Regional Health Center's Ortho team. Dr. Brad Vinsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience the difference. And we're brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling. And before that, our national anthem. The Lancaster High School Band, proving as always, just because I'm married to an alum doesn't mean I'm not going to say this anyway. Proving as always that whether sung or played, the national anthem is best performed live, brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Now I see why I can't find it, because it was up on the fold here on my pages. Today's color sponsor, as always, Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental, where the colors are always bright white, without putting your finances in the red. And to make things more interesting for the announcer, they turn the lights out. Lancaster will be in the home white jerseys, royal blue numbers, and gold trim, and Platteville in the dark red jerseys with white numbers and trim. Time for the Nutrition World starting lineups, presented by Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Quality selection and knowledge for optimal health and energy levels can be found at Nutrition World, Highways 80 and 81 South Water Street in Platteville. Platteville 10-4, and they are 4-0 in the SWC. They'll start Garrison Tasher, 6-foot junior, 8.1 points a game. Derek Digman, 5'9 senior, 5.5 points, 2.8 assists per game. Lucas Ludlam, 5'10 sophomore, 12.8 points, 4.9 rebounds a game. Wyatt Hare, 6'3 senior, 5.6 points, 2.4 rebounds a game. And Zach McLean, 6'9 junior, 7.9 points, 8 rebounds a game. Lancaster 2-11, 1-3 in the SWC. They will start Tyler Timmerman, 5'9 sophomore, 5.4 points per game. Taylor Williams, a 6'1 freshman, 7.2 points, 4.7 rebounds a game. Garrett Gildersleeve, 6'2 senior, 4.9 points and 2.1 rebounds a game. Connor Raisbeck, 6'2 junior, 8 points and 7.6 rebounds per game. And starter number 5 is Mitch Wolf, 5'10 senior, 6.5 points, 4.1 rebounds a game. Platteville wins the tip, moving right to left for the first half. The First Supply first half, brought to you by First Supply in Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville on AM 1590 WPVL and the Queen Bee Sports YouTube page. Lob into McLean from Tashner, back out to Tashner. Ludlam, by the way, hello to Diane Ludlam, who is Lucas's grandmother, listening tonight. Glad she's aboard and everybody else. Here's a jump stop and into the corner. Tashner for 3. Bullseye! And Platteville leads 3-0. And we're 50 seconds into the First Supply first half. Brought up by Wolf in the, well, what color is that? Orange? Shoes? Red? Something like that. Over at the right wing is Williams. Wasn't even on the roster at the start of the year. Now the turnaround shot doesn't go for Raisbeck. Taylor Williams starting now as a freshman. Meanwhile, back the other way. Here's a 3 for the corner. Doesn't go for Digman. Foul on the rebound. And it will be Lucas Ludlam getting called for the game's first foul with 16:43 remaining in the First Supply first half. I forgot they don't have a PA person here for the scoring, so I'm looking to hear who the foul was on, and I'm not going to hear. Williams at the right wing. Behind him, picked up. And here is a pass over to the right side, and a drive, and too hard on the shot. Rebound, a nice angle shot there. And the basket, I think that was Taylor Williams, and we're tied, or it's 3-2 with 16:08 remaining in the first half. Platteville lead in basketball. Tashner, and a foul will be called. That'll be Lancaster's first foul. And that is on Mitch Wolf. Ball being inbounded far side of the basket. And as soon as it's touched, as the ball tipped out of bounds, exactly now 2 minutes into the First Supply first half. Clare Bank, with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Clare Bank, where they say, we can do that. Member FDIC. Added equal housing lender. 3 from the corner, misses everything, but Tasher there for the rebound. Off the hands of Ludlam, and they'll reset it. Here's Hare at the foul line. McLean in the corner, doesn't get it. And quickly bringing it up the floor is Williams after he got the rebound. Now it's Garrett Gildersleeve, pass inside, shot blocked off Raisbeck, and out of bounds it goes. And it'll go back to Lancaster. Zach McLean on the season, 1.2 blocks a game coming into tonight. Wolf, with the shoes you can see from Fenimore, will inbound and then has the ball stolen. Bad pass. McLean came up with it and quickly back the other way. A whistle and a foul. With 15:21 left in the first half, that'll be team foul number 2 on the Arrows. And that will be the first foul on Tyler Timmerman. Ball inbounded far side of the basket. Lancaster's had a lot of lineups so far, trying to see one that does fit. Digman misses the 3 from the corner. Williams back the other way. And the ball tipped, almost stolen by Tashner. Nice effort there. Today's game brought to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Trust the pros at Hermson's for assistance with your next ag, commercial, or residential project. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, family owned since 1942. Wolf into the front court. Goes to the left wing, then passes, well, whoever was supposed to catch the pass wasn't there. So a turnover on the Arrows with 15:06 remaining first half. D&D Electric in Lancaster, specializing in industrial wiring, maintenance, install, and control. Flying Arrow, proud D&D Electric in Lancaster. Nice behind-the-back dribble there by Tashner to get past the defender Wolf. And now Digman near half-court far side to the left wing in Ludlam. Goes along the arc to the right wing, and a three that will not go for Davin Edge, 6'2 junior, averaging 10 points a game, second leading scorer, and he comes off the bench. Here's Wolf at the foul line. Back the other way, and a Midwest One Bank shot. Our first of the game. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. Quickly back the other way, the answer from McLean, and it's 5-4 Platteville with 14:22 remaining in the first half. Wolf guarded by Tashner. Goes across half court. And a bounce pass over to Garrett Gildersleeve. There are two Gildersleeves. The other is Brennan, a sophomore. And the pass is tipped away and out of bounds. I've asked this before, so I guess I'll ask it again, as to whether anybody in Lancaster knows about the radio series The Great Gildersleeve. 5 players check in now for Lancaster. Michael Murphy, Brandy Oyen, Will Bussin, and Tanner Knapp. And I know I'm missing somebody. Here's a pass into the lane, then back out. This is Brennan Gildersleeve. He's the 5th guy. And out top, it's Murphy. Over to the left wing and Bussin. And now a jumper from the lane doesn't go, and Tasher there for the rebound. And back comes Platteville with a 5-4 lead, 13:45 left first half, and make it 6-3. As kind of a wild shot that went in for Ludlam to make it 7-4. With 13.5 minutes left in the first half. I think I misspoke before. It was 5-4. Now it's 7-4, and now it's 7-6. As underneath, laying it up and in is Lance Ryder to make it 7-6. His first points of the night, 13:15 remaining in the first half. As Lancaster with a quick response there. Now here's Ludlam, Digman, and at the left wing, Edge passes inside to McLean, then back out. Tasher fakes a shot, goes into the lane, spin move past 2 defenders, foul called with 12:57 left in the first half. And a score on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Cuba City leading Darlington 13-12 with 9 minutes left in the first half. That is on Super Hits 106. Digman misses the first free throw. The foul on Brennan Gildersleeve, his first, 3 on Lancaster. Digman will get a second. He is shooting 52% from the line and hits the second free throw to make it 8-6 Platteville with 12:57 left in the first half. The sports page welcomes you in for ice cold beverages and order off our menu. Weekly specials include Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and large 2-topping pizzas on Sundays. The sports page in Belmont. Full court pressure by the Hillmen, and a wild pass that will produce a turnover as a pass to no one ends up going into the, ended up going out of bounds, basically. Terry Bush, the staff at Bush Insurance in Platteville, wishes the best of luck to the Platteville Hillmen on their season this year and striving for their goals. Bush Insurance, a strong believer in the power of dedication to being an athlete. Nearly a steal. Then in the corner, Simon Babel for 3. Bullseye. Simon Babel also big off the bench for the Hillmen, and it's 11-6 with 12:24 left in the first supply first half. Nearly a fumble there in the backcourt. Lancaster is able to bring it over. Here's Oyen to the baseline, near side baseline. Pass inside to Bussin, and then Bussin loses it. But it's off the hands of the defender. And so back it'll go to Lancaster with 12:09 left in the first half. Abra Auto Body Repair, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. In the lane off of Brendan Gildersleeve, but picked up. Now trying to get in is Bussin. Bussin gets tied up and gets called for traveling. Lancaster fans kind of grumbling that should have been a foul, but it was not called. Queeby Radio Sports SoundCloud page. If you missed any part of tonight's action or any of our other recent high school sports broadcasts, you can listen to the recordings anytime and on demand at soundcloud.com/Queen Bee Radio Sports. Edge to Ludlum. And now Babel at the left wing. He wears the red shoes, so you can tell who he is without seeing the number. Ludlum, top of the silo, it's Tashner. And inside Edge gets it to the guy who just scored there, and that is Keegan Coffey, 6'3" junior, his first points of the night. And it's 13-6 Platteville with 11:27 remaining in the first half. Full court pressure, and Keegan Coffey, 4.3 points and 3 rebounds off the bench. Those 6, 7, 8 guys for Platteville are probably better than any bench in the SWC and beyond. And meanwhile, a steal up top. Tasher takes it away, lays it up and in, and goes to the foul line. Another Midwest One Bank shot. She'll always score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank member FDIC. Foul number 4 on Lancaster. First foul on Brendan Gildersleeve. And so Tashner will try to complete the three-point play. He is a 78% foul shooter. Community First Bank, for you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFbank.com, member FDIC. Free throw completes a three-point play. It's 16-6. And Lancaster now has not scored. It's actually only been about a minute and a half, but Platteville has got on a run here, an 8-0 run. Here's a lob pass inside, and that is taken away under the basket. Back comes Platteville with it with a 16-6 lead, and then wrestled away by Wolf, who comes up with a steal for Lancaster. Wolf now left to the point. Bounce pass over to Garrett Gildersleeve. They've changed lines again. Here's the three from the corner that hits the side of the net. Doesn't get it. Offensive rebound, though. And the other three doesn't go for Williams from the opposite corner. And Platteville with a rebound. 10:20 remaining. First supply, first half. Pass into the lane for Babel. And then back to the corner in Tashner. Now Hare, who's back in. Babel, top of the silo. Digman fakes a three. Goes back to Hare. Now the right corner. Back out to Babel, top of the silo. Babel gets it over to Edge, top of the silo. Three for Digman. Bullseye! And Digman makes it 19-6 Platteville with 9:52 left in the first half. And a full timeout call by Lancaster. Back after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In game one,
Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center. Experience the difference.
This is Matt LePay inviting you to listen to Badger football on 97.7 Country WGLR.
And Wisconsin basketball on AM 1590 WPVL throughout the season.
Presented by Digman Construction.
Hear the Badgers on 97.7 Country and WGLR.com and AM 1590 WPVL.com. When Mother Nature or bad luck messes up your vehicle, it doesn't have to get worse. Taylor Weber with Abra Auto Body shares how they ease the pain of repair.
We assist with all of the insurance paperwork, so as long as you have the claim started, we can handle the claim after that. We offer loaner cars, and we have a lifetime warranty on all work performed. We try to make the process as painless as possible.
Abra Auto Body, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota. When you're ready.
In game one,
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. 19-6 Platteville leads Lancaster, 9:37 left first half, and the Hillmen get it back again on another turnover. And then Digman loses the ball, but it's picked up by Hare, left to the point. Bounce pass to Babel. That's a little wild, but Babel gets it. And into the corner, the three for Edge. Bullseye. David Edge with a three to make it 22-6 with 9:19 left in the first half. And the ball tipped away. It'll go back to the Arrows. First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet where quality parts are needed. The experts rely on First Supply in Platteville, sponsor of our First Supply first half. Driving from the right wing is Garrett Gildersleeve and loses the ball out of bounds. Another turnover. Today's game brought to you by the Sports Page in Belmont, welcoming everyone to stop in for some ice cold beverages and order off our menu Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 11 to 1:30 and 4:30 to 9. Also visit Saturday and Sunday, open 11 to close. Mound City Bank's Total Line of Credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. Three from the corner for Edge doesn't go. Offensive rebound by McLean, and he'll go to the foul line as he was stripped of the ball with 8:51 left in the First Supply first half. Team foul number 5 on the Arrows is the first foul on Connor Raisbeck. And Zach McLean, 60% from the foul line, misses the first. He does get another, of course. Russell Law Offices is here to assist you as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, personal injury, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. Free throw, one of them. Second of the two is good. 23-6 Platteville with 8:40 remaining in the first half. And it's now going on 4 minutes since Lancaster last scored. And a drive in the lane, that's a miss, up in the air, and the rebound grabbed out to the right wing. Murphy for three, bullseye. And that ends the run to make it 23-9 with 8:15 left in the first half. That was 4 minutes, about 15-0 run there. And driving, meanwhile, and getting the basket is Ludlum, and he will go to the foul line with 8:08 left in the first half. The foul is the second on Connor Raisbeck right after he got his first, and that's 6 on Lancaster in the first half. And Ludlum shooting 58%, improves by hitting the free throw to make it 26-9 Platteville, 8:08 left in the first half. Murphy will bring it across half court. That was not a problem with the equipment, except to the extent of the clipboard I'm holding hitting the mic. The ball goes out of bounds in the corner, and it'll go back to Lancaster. Lancaster Auto Body has been serving the Lancaster area since 1960. For certified collision repair, detailing, spray and bed liners, PPG paint, lifetime warranty, washing, waxing, and more. Lancaster Auto Body, where we meet by accident. Over at the left wing, Williams. And to the left of the point is Ryder. And then fighting his way in, Bussin, but he loses the ball, and it's picked up by Platteville with 7:36 left of the first half. Quick pass to the corner, then back to Tascheter. Hare bounce pass to Coffey, actually. Coffey attracts 3 defenders, goes through them, and scores. And another Midwest One Bank shot. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking. Midwest One Bank member FDIC. 7:17 left in the first half. 28-9 in favor of Platteville. And a left wing three. Bullseye by Taylor Williams. And Williams makes it 28-12 with 7 minutes left in the first half. In the corner, out to the wing. And the handoff from Coffey. Now at the left wing, it's Ludlum going inside to Coffey off his hands and picked up by Lancaster. Williams back the other way, gets past 3 defenders and gets it to drop. Back-to-back for Williams to make it 28-14, 6:39 left in the first half. The First Supply first half. Over at the left wing, Tasher into the corner and Hare for 3 off the rim. Offensive rebound by McLean, and he one-hands it in. Zach McLean on the rebound scores to make it 30-14 with 6:19 remaining in the First Supply first half. Here's Wolf top of the silo. Over to Murphy at the left wing. And then Murphy to the corner, and Wolf now busting in the lane, puts it up but short. Couldn't get it over McLean. And back the other way. And the ball tipped out of bounds. It was intended for Hare, but tipped out of bounds by Murphy. Today's game brought to you by Prairie Motorsports of Prairie du Chien and PrairieMotorsports.com. Doolittle's Pub and Eatery on the Square in Lancaster, open for lunch or dinner, including hot soups and chili Tuesday through Saturday and delicious pizza starting at 4. You know what? It's after 4 o'clock. Doolittle's in Lancaster. Also brought to you by Bush Insurance, a proud partner of Pekin Insurance Company. A quick pass into the lane and laying it up, missing his Ludlam. Offensive rebound goes in for David Edge. Edge scores on the rebound, and it is 32-14 with 5:34 left in the first half, and the Hillmen come up with a steal. And Tasher into the corner, Edge for 3 off the rim. Foul on the rebound. Actually, there wasn't a rebound, but a foul while the shot was in the air. And it's going to be on Platteville. And that will be Lucas Ludlam's second foul. He has both of them for Platteville. Carrie's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont bringing you today's game. Also at carriesguttersanddoors.com. Full court pressure. Picked up a little bit of a press at the half court. And here's Ryder. And somehow the ball squirted away, and putting it up but missing is Williams. And Platteville comes up with a rebound. And Tashner gets it to Babel in the lane. Babel gets it over to Edge. Kind of a fancy pass there. Now McLean inside. Over to the right wing. And over to the left wing. And here is Edge for 3 off the rim. And the rebound grabbed by Lancaster. And going back the other way. And wild pass saved just before it went out of bounds. Now a drive in the lane, and as Garrett Gildersleeve was crashing in, a foul with 4:35 left in the first half. Platteville's third. And the first foul on Zach McLean. And today's game, by the way, brought to you by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists in Lancaster. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. Whether it is for unexpected dings or major repair projects, Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Shot doesn't go. Wolf gets blocked and fouled on the rebound. So free throws with 4:31 left in the First Supply first half. And we're going to have a timeout for Platteville. The Hillmen, before the free throws, will call a 30-second timeout. It's the second foul on McLean. And the fourth foul on Platteville in this First Supply first half. Today's game brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Also Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Trust the pros at Hermson's for assistance with your next ag, commercial, or residential project. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Family owned since 1942. Also brought to you by First Supply of Platteville, our first half sponsor and your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. Where quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Wolf will shoot a pair. McLean with his second foul. We'll see if he's done it the first half or not. First free throw is no good. And now McLean is out. Second free throw is good to make it 32-15. Platteville by 17, 4:25 remaining first supply first half. Inside, fighting his way in and getting the basket is Keegan Coffey. And Coffey, who comes in for McLean, makes it 34-15 with 4:10 left in the first supply first half. Quick pass inside, stolen. And back the other way comes Platteville, and then almost stolen back on the far baseline, but unable to save it from going out of bounds was Brady Oyen. So back it goes to Platteville. Tashner now comes out. And I think Babel just checked back in. Underneath, fighting his way in, but not getting the drop is Coffey, and the ball goes out of bounds. And we'll go back to Lancaster with 3:56 left in the first half. People's State Bank bringing you today's game for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their 20 area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Also brought to you by D&D Electric in Lancaster, specializing in industrial wiring, maintenance, install, and control. Flying Arrow proud, D&D Electric in Lancaster. Murphy to Wolf, left of the point. Wolf looking inside. Can't find a way to pass to. Decides to drive in and then passes off to the corner, and a leaner will not go. And back the other way comes Platteville. I think the shot was by Timmerman. Ball goes out of bounds. Tipped away by the Arrows with 3:27 left of the first supply first half. Should mention, by the way, I was asked to bring up 1988, the 1988 Arrows team by their point guard, Jamie Ryder, who was taking tickets at the door. That Arrows team, best one in pretty much the lifetime of anybody listening to this, 23-1. They went undefeated, obviously, in the old large division of the SWAL. Won the regional, but got a lot of injuries along the way. Davin Edge, by the way, called for his first foul. And Platteville's fifth with 3:19 left in the first supply first half. And underneath, putting it up and in. And the basket goes for Lance Ryder. And it's 34-17 as we come down to 3 minutes left in the first half. And Platteville has an answer, and it's a three for Simon Babel. And Babel makes it 37-17 with 2:53 left in the first supply first half. Foul line jumper is good for Brennan Gildersleeve. And Gildersleeve makes it 37-19, 2:42 left in the first half. And suddenly the pace has really picked up here. Here's Wolf at the right wing off the steal. Into the corner. The three is too hard. Long rebound. Grabbed by Coffey. Off the three miss, and back comes Platteville with it. Here's Tasher underneath the Babel, and Babel with a Midwest One Bank shot. She'll always score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. 39-19 Platteville, 2:15 remaining in the first supply first half. Wolf across half court, and then hands it off behind him, where it is picked up by Timmerman. Top of the silo now, Brennan Gildersleeve. Into the corner, Timmerman for three, bullseye. Tyler Timmerman hits the three from the corner to make it 39-22 with 1:48 left in the first supply first half. Driving is Tasher over to the left wing and Babel. Underneath, putting it up and in. Oh, no, it won't count. Charge. Offensive foul called on Edge. His first. Sixth on the Hillman in the first supply first half with 98 seconds left in the first half. And actually, correction, that is his second foul. 39-22. Platteville with 1:36 left in the first half. Wolf brings it up, full court man-to-man defense. Tasher guarding Wolf. Try to get past him. And then open, a line drive three, doesn't go for Wolf, and it ends up going out of bounds. Coffey boxed out Bussin from trying to get the rebound. 1:23 left in the first supply first half. And brought up by Tasher, far side with 1:18 left first half. Nearly a steal, and Edge was able to get it back. Now Babel in the corner, top of the silo, and Digman moves to the left wing, then passes to the foul line, and fighting his way in and laying it up and in is Garrison Tasher, Midwest One Bank. Bank shots. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking. Midwest One Bank member FDIC. Inside a minute in the first half, 41-22 Platteville. Here's Wolf at the left wing. And a lob pass inside to Bussin, and his shot is off the rim and out, and the backboard it out. And quickly back the other way, Digman with 40 seconds left in the first half. Digman looks around, gets it to Babel. Over to Tasher, Digman at the right wing. Gets it to Edge, right side of the lane, puts it up, doesn't get the drop. Gets his own rebound, then back out, and Digman for three off the back of the rim. And the rebound grabbed by Williams with 20 seconds left in the first half. And here's Williams now at the foul line. He'll put up the jumper and gets fouled with 14.7 left in the First Supply first half. First Supply in Platteville, your total plumbing and heating, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. The foul first on Babel, seventh on Platteville in the first half. Williams will shoot two and is off the back of the rim on the first one. Came into the game shooting 8 of 10 from the foul line. Hare back in, and Edge is out to prevent the third foul in the last 14.7 seconds. His third, what would be his third foul, I should say. Williams, the second free throw, and that one is good. So one of two makes it 41-23, 13 seconds left first half. Brought up by Tasher, 8 seconds, Digman, over to the left corner. Fake three, spin move by McLean, and he gets called for traveling. Correction, Hare called for the walk with 3 seconds left in the first half, and Platteville will have to go, or Lancaster will have to go the whole 84 feet to score. Here's the inbounds pass to Wolf, 2 seconds, one, half-court shot. Is about 5 feet short, and we have reached the end of the First Supply first half. Platteville 41, Lancaster 23. And we're back after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In game two.
Hi, this is Christine Rowley of Rowley Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23 Shellsburg.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting, so stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop in the Shoebox, the largest shoe store in the north end of Black Earth.
24/7, 365. Myers Heating and Cooling is your trusted residential heating and cooling system service provider. Join Myers Comfort Club for peace of mind throughout the year and around the clock. Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Don't worry, we got that.
In game two.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. 41-23. Platteville leads Lancaster at the half. Back with more after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In game three.
At Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental, they'll help you maintain a beautiful smile, along with daily brushing and flossing for healthy teeth and gums. Call today to schedule your checkup, and if you have any problems with your teeth, make an appointment at Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
These days, making your vehicle look right after an accident can be more challenging. Tim Thane with Abra Auto Body shares how Abra excels in this process.
We have certified technicians, all the best tools you could ever ask for. All of our technicians are I-CAR certified, and many of them have decades of experience. We work on all makes and models, pretty much anything from standard Chevy to BMWs, and pretty much anything we have.
Abra Auto Body, a division of
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. 41-23. Platteville the winner, or Platteville the leader at the half, I should say, leading at the half over Lancaster. Back after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 4.
For residential, commercial, or ag building projects, call on Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster. Todd Wolf and his crew pride themselves in providing full service for their customers at the highest of quality. Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster, proud to back our local athletes.
Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center. Experience the difference.
Nampa, we love cars, trucks, tractors, really anything with wheels in the name. It's more than our business, it's our passion. That's why we care so much about quality parts and quality people. And that's why Nampa is so proud to be one of the most comprehensive car care brands. Tools, parts, fluids, and more. We've got you covered. Visit your locally owned parts store. For auto and truck parts, Highway 14 East, Richmond Center, and Highway 61 in Boston.
In Game 4.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. 41-23, Platteville leads Lancaster at the half. Peterson Agency halftime report follows these messages on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 5.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
When Mother Nature or bad luck messes up your vehicle, it doesn't have to get worse. Taylor Weber with Abra Auto Body shares how they ease the pain of repair.
We assist with all of the insurance paperwork, so as long as you have the claim started, we can handle the claim after that. We offer loaner cars, and we have a lifetime warranty on all work performed. We try to make the process as painless as possible.
Abra Auto Body, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota. When you're ready.
In Game 5.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. 41-23. Platteville leads Lancaster at halftime for the Peterson Agency halftime report presented by the Peterson Agency in Argyle. Your independent agent, Brian Peterson, specializing in farm, home, auto, and umbrella policies. And Platteville in unofficial scoring. My hands are full here, so it's hard to keep track of. Simon Babel, I have with 8 points off the bench. Garrison Tasher with 7. And then 5 points for Lucas Ledlum, 3 points for Derek Digman, 3 points for David Edge off the bench, 3 points for Wyatt Hare, and 1 point for Zach McLean, and I know that doesn't add up. Lancaster led in scoring by Taylor Williams with 11 points, and then Mitch Wolf with 3, Tyler Timmerman with 3, Michael Murphy with 3, and then 2 points for Will Bussin and Lance Ryder in the first half. Also, Brendan Gildersleeve with 2 points in the first half. The difference in the game at the moment is the run of, 3.5 minutes in which Platteville expanded their 7-6 lead all the way out to 25-6. So an 18-0 run for the Hillmen. Seems to be the early candidate for the Tricor turning point. But we'll have to see, obviously. Also going on in Southwest Wisconsin basketball on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. At the half, Cuba City leads Darlington 27-25. That is on Super Hits 106. In wrestling, River Valley beat Lancaster tonight 51-22. That was on 97.7 Country WGLR. Also in the SWAL tonight, Fenimore at Boscobel, Riverdale, Iowa Grant, Six Rivers West, River Ridge at Cassville, Potosi at Highland, Salisbury at Benton, Six Rivers East, Monticello at Barneville, Pecatonica at Argyle, Judah at Blackhawk, Ridge and Valley, Wazeeka Steuben at Seneca, Ithaca at North Crawford, Weston at DeSoto, Kickapoo at Lafarge. Ridge and Valley girls going tonight also, Kickapoo at Lafarge, Ithaca at North Crawford, Wazeeka Steuben at Seneca, Weston at DeSoto. And in the NUI West, Galena still number one on the girls' side at West Carroll. River Ridge, Scales Mountain at East Dubuque, and Stockton is at Warren. Bunch of games tomorrow because it's Saturday. 41-23. Platteville leads Lancaster at the half, and we'll be back with the second half after these messages on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 6.
Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center. Experience the difference.
Is the cost of college weighing you down? Untapped federal financial aid available right now. The University of Wisconsin system has financial aid experts across the state, waiting to help you finish the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. Go to wisconsin.edu for more information, and FAFSA will show you the money, but only when you fill it out. Sponsored by the University of Wisconsin system.
Sports is presented by Ben Reeves CFP, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Platteville. Are you selling your farm? Give Ben a call. Member SIPC. Located by Nutrition World on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville.
In Game 6.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL, brought to you by People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their 20 area locations or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Also brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Fall-away jumper from the left wing doesn't go for Brennan Gildersleeve, and Platteville comes up with a rebound to start the second half. And the ball tipped out of bounds under the Platteville basket. It'll go back to the Hillman. Tasher will inbound, and a lob into McLean, and McLean is able to get the shot because he's 6'9". And it's 43-23, 25 seconds into the second half. McLean with 7 points, according to the scoreboard. And meanwhile, back the other way over at the right wing is a pass for Wolf off his hands, but he goes back to pick it up. Wolf now at the left wing, attracting two defenders, including McLean. That must be tough. Pass into the lane is tipped and stolen. Hare comes up with it, and Tasher underneath laying it up, and in is Ludlum from Tasher. So he's got 2 assists already in the second half. 45-23, 15:55 left in the second half. This is Brennan Gildersleeve, left of the point. And then kind of curls it around the defender to Raisbeck. Raisbeck out to the right wing. And Gildersleeve. And Gildersleeve, or Raisbeck. Gildersleeve actually. And a problem. Not sure what the whistle was about. Something ended up on the floor, I think. And something did end up on the floor, and they're cleaning it up. No, I think I know what that is. Those are the covers for the volleyball standards that the last time that I was here, which was the Coaches versus Cancer tournament, they started popping up, which is a strange thing to see. And while they deal with that, actually they're about ready to be done with that, Clear Bank, with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting the series high school sports teams. Clear Bank, where they say, we can do that, member FDIC and an equal housing lender. The last time they had to actually tape them down during the first half of the first ball game. I think that was the Potosi-Darlington game. Here's a fall-away jumper that doesn't go for Williams. Offensive rebound by Wolf on the backside and a reset for the Arrows. Wolf at the right wing. Lancaster's problem, that 18-0 run really put them behind the 8 ball the rest of the first half for obvious reasons. Williams gets it to the left wing, and Brennan Gildersleeve pass inside and trying to turn around, but getting it blocked was Raisback, and it ends up going back to Platteville. A second shy of 16 minutes left in the second half. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Trust the pros at Hermson's for assistance with your next ag, commercial, or residential project. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Family owned since 1942. Here is Tasher, the left wing, nearly a steal there. Into the corner, the 3 off the back of the rim by Herb. And Lancaster comes up with a rebound. Here's Wolf across half court. Top of the silo, 3 for Wolf off the back of the rim. Tipped up in the air, and Lancaster gets the rebound back. Now Williams for 3 in the corner. Bullseye! And Williams, the 3, makes it 45-26, 15-24 left in the second half. Quickly underneath, Platteville loses the ball. Wolf comes up with a steal. And Wolf top of the silo. Bounce pass to the right wing, and Garrett Gildersleeve. And now left to the point, right of the right wing is now Wolf. Right wing is Wolf. Here's Williams, top of the silo. Goes to the right wing, and almost an awkward dribble there. Here, Brennan Gildersleeve, and then the 3 from the corner. Bullseye for Williams. Another 3, and it is 45-29. And the lead 16. Digman for 3, right wing, bullseye. Rolled that one in. So Platteville has the answer to the 3s, and it's 48-29 with 14:30 left in the second half. And meanwhile, the ball tipped out of bounds because of a foul with 14:26 left in the second half. That'll be Digman's first foul, first of the second half. Murphy back in for the Arrows. Today's game brought to you by D&D Electric in Lancaster, specializing in industrial wiring, maintenance, install, and control. Flying Arrow proud, D&D Electric in Lancaster. Quick inbounds pass to Murphy. Wanted to shoot a 3, but the defender got over there too quick. Now Brennan Gildersleeve at the foul line. Over to Raisbeck. Now at the right wing, driving and then back out. Pass to Murphy from Williams. Into the corner it goes. Gildersleeve out to Murphy at the deep right wing. Murphy dribbles and then hands it off to Wolf near half court. Wolf looking over to the right wing and then back out to Wolf from Gildersleeve into the corner. Murphy for 3, rims out, and Tasher able to get the rebound with 13:52 left in the second half. A drive and then a bump, nothing called. Tasher for 3, right wing, rim rattles out, but Ludlam gets the rebound and gets it out to Edge in a reset. And in the corner, here's a pass underneath, putting it up, but missing it. Ball tipped up in the air by McLean, still loose, picked up by McLean in the corner. He gets double teamed, and the ball pops out, and Lancaster gets a steal with 13:20 left in the second half. Wolf across half court, over to the right wing, and then behind him picked it up to Murphy, and Raisbeck top of the silo, fights his way in, misses the shot though, and Platteville comes up with the rebound in the corner. Tasher back the other way. 3 in the corner, in and out by Edge, but then tipped in by Ludlam. And by McLean. And it's 50-29, 12:52 left in the second half. Platteville has led all except, I think, 2-0. Here's a quick pass underneath to Wolf and then back out to Murphy over at the left wing. Gildersleeve puts up the fall-away jumper, doesn't get it. Chased down in the corner, and a foul called on the floor with 12:35 left in the second half. That'll be the first foul on Lancaster in the second half. And that'll be it's on Platteville, and it's on McLean, and it's his third foul and the second foul of the second half on the Hillman. Here's Murphy with it. Over to the right wing, and Timmerman, who's back in the game. Drive in the lane for Williams, and a foul called with 12:29 left in the second half. And it will be Lance Ryder checking in. Murphy takes the seat. They corrected the foul. It is actually on Ludlam, his third. 3 fouls are actually added a foul on Ludlam. That's his third. And also the third on Platteville in the second half. Quickly underneath, putting it up, but missing is Bussin. And Platteville comes up with a rebound. Here's Babel with it at the right wing. Babel looking around, can't find a way to pass to, and then it's off the hands of of Ludlam. And back the other way, Murphy for Lancaster takes it in, misses the shot, and wrestling the rebound away. And then bringing it up the floor is Ludlam over to the right, Ludlam down the right corner. And edge into the lane to Babel, back to Ludlam at the foul line. Dremper doesn't drop. Ball loose, picked up by Ludlam, top of the silo, over to the left wing in the corner, and a 3. Bullseye for Edge. David Edge with the 3 from the far corner. Makes it 53-29 with 11 and a half minutes left in the second half. Or at the left wing, Ryder, Williams. He puts it up from the baseline. It hit the side of the backboard, and Coffey comes up with it. Now pass into the corner for Babel. Over to the left wing, and a 3 in and out by Hare, and back the other way comes Lancaster. Pace is picked up once again in this second half. In the corner, the pass inside to Bussin, shoots it over Coffey, but it won't drop. And Babel on the rebound. Coffey brings it up the near side with 10:48 left in the second half, and a timeout. A 30 for Platteville, and I feel like I need one also after the pace here. Timeout with 10:48 left in the second half, and Platteville leading 53-29. The sports page welcomes you in for ice cold beverages and order off our menu. Weekly specials include Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and large 2-topping pizzas on Sundays. The sports page in Belmont. Terry Bush and the staff at Bush Insurance in Platteville wishes the best of luck to the Platteville Hillmen on their season this year and shooting for their goals. Bush Insurance, a strong believer in the power of dedication to being an athlete. The Queen Bee Radio Sports SoundCloud page. If you missed any part of tonight's action or any of our other high school sports broadcasts, you can listen to the recordings anytime and on demand at soundcloud.com/Queen Bee Radio Sports. Abra Auto Body Repair is a division of Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota when you are ready. Backing in is Coffey, puts it up, and will go to the foul line with 10:42 left in the second half. Community First Bank for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. The foul on Bussin, his first free throw, good for Coffey. First foul of the second half on Lancaster. Coffey's second free throw is good. He is shooting 52%, except now he's not. He's shooting better than that. And it's 55-29. Foul called on the inbound pass, and that's on Babel. His second, fourth on Platteville in the second half. And full court man defense as the ball brought up. And Gildersleeve passes underneath, and a foul. That is Garrett Gildersleeve. Actually, no, that was Ryder, excuse me. Foul called with 10:32 left in the second half. Ball being inbounded far side of the basket. Second, well, apparently that was not a foul. That was just the ball tipped out of bounds, and a fling of a shot from the foul line is going to put Ryder at the foul line, or is it? 10:25 left in the second half. 10:29, left in the second half. And suddenly Babel, after getting 2 fouls, now 12 seconds later, he has his 3rd, and Platteville has his 5th, and here replaces him. Ball inbound at far side of the basket. Fall away shot doesn't go. And after Busson's miss, here's Platteville with it. Top of the silo, 3 for Edge. Bullseye! You cannot leave him that open. 58-29 Platteville, 10-12 left in the second half. I mean, there was nobody there to try to defend the shot. Garrett Gildersleeve at the foul line. Now, granted, Platteville does move the ball pretty well on offense. Busson, meanwhile, with a awkward angle jumper, and he gets it to drop. It is a Midwest One Bank shot. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. 9:45 left, 58-31 in favor of Platteville. At the right wing, Tasher gets it inside to McLean, and it's ticking out of his hands. And out of bounds, it'll go back to Platteville with 9:35 left in the second half. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stokoe PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. That was not one on the floor. Grant Regional Health Center experienced the difference. Busson hit the floor. McLean, meanwhile, comes back in. And that foul on Ryder, his first. Second on the Arrows in the second half. Into the lane it goes. And now Edge out to McLean. McLean to Digman in the corner. He goes into the lane. Spin move, puts it up, doesn't get the drop. And getting the rebound is Busson around McLean. And here comes Lancaster with 9:08 left in the second half. Or at the left wing, Murphy, who's back in the game. He goes over to the right wing to the right side of the lane. Into the corner, the 3 for Timmerman doesn't go, and the rebound grabbed by Hare with 8:55 left in the second half. Bomb pass down is broken up by Timmerman. It was off of one of the Hillman, Edge, I believe, and it goes back to Lancaster with 8:51 left. Mound City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MoundCityBank.com. Brought up by Murphy on the near side. Digman on him. Digman's a lefty, but I keep confusing him with Tasher because they're pretty much the same size, at least from up here. Here is a 3 from the corner that will not go. Offensive rebound, though, does. And getting the basket is Timmerman to make it 58-33 with 8:20 remaining. And a foul with 8:19 left. That will be on Lancaster. It is the second foul on Ryder. And the second foul of the second half on the Arrows. The 3 from the left wing doesn't go for Digman. But in traffic, McLean is able to get the rebound and put it in. And it's 60-33 with 8:06 left. And a foul called the ball will just go back to Lancaster. Tasher tried to steal it, but was unsuccessful. Russell Law Offices is here to assist you as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, personal injury, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. 3 from Digman from the corner doesn't go. Tipped up in the air. And the rebound is up and good for Wyatt Hare on the rebound to make it 62-33 with 7:43 left. And across half court is Wolf. Williams, deep right wing. Goes to the middle, goes into the lane. Driving from the corner now, Wolf, and a foul called with 7:28 left. The pace of the whistles has certainly increased here. Platteville already at 6 team fouls. Well, already, let's see, 7:28 left. Second foul on Digman. And it'll be Babel and Coffey coming back in For the Hillman, the sports page in Belmont welcomes everyone in to stop in for some ice-cold beverages and order off our menu Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays 11 to 1:30 and 4:30 to 9. Also, visit Saturday and Sunday open 11 until close. Wolf inbounds underneath, putting it up and in. The basket is Connor Raisbeck, his first points of the night. And it's 62-35, 7:12 remaining. Pass into the corner, and Tasher at the left wing, and a whistle and a traveling call. Turnover on Platteville with 7:07 left. Today's game brought to you by Farmers Family Dental. Dr. Wade Farmer offers facial aesthetic services as well as all your dental needs for big city dentistry with a hometown feel. Farmers Family Dental in Lancaster. Here's Wolf at the line, and then back out, and then a steal. Babel takes it, goes in, lays it up and in. A Midwest One Bank shot. She'll always score more with Simply Better Banking. Midwest One Bank member FDIC. 64-35 and a block shot, I think by Babel also. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be back to Lancaster with 6:43 left in the second half. And the ball be inbounded by Wolf near side of the basket, and it ends up in the hands of Brennan Gildersleeve. Top of the silo three. That almost hit the ceiling, and it's a miss by Murphy, and back comes Platteville with 6.5 minutes left. Here's the pass inside into the game for the first time for Platteville. Ben Stang, 6-foot junior. Foul with 6:27 left. And that'll be the third foul on Connor Raisbeck. Third foul on Lancaster in the second half. Clare Bank, with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Also, Jonah Vorwald, 5'10 sophomore. Meanwhile, a turnover, and Williams will take it in but miss the shot. And then trying to save the rebound. Meanwhile, back the other way. Here's Ludlam, and a pass underneath to Coffey for 2. Keegan Coffey. It makes it 66-35 as we're going under 6 minutes left. Here's Wolf at the left wing. Drive out to the corner, and Murphy for 3 off the mark. And the rebound grabbed by Vorwald. And brought up by Gavin Votes, 5'9 junior for Platteville. So the bench is clearing for the Arrows, or for the Hillmen, I should say. And a traveling call in the corner. And it'll be Eric Grabant, 6-foot senior, in for Platteville with 5:36 left, and Platteville leading 66-35. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Trust the pros at Hermson's for assistance with your next ag, commercial, or residential project. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Family owned since 1942. We're also brought to you by People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their 20 area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Wolf drives, foul called with 5:29 left. A hand check, I heard the official call that. That's the first foul on Votes. I hear that, and you think to yourself, it's like a karate chop, which would not be a good thing in basketball, according to the rules. 7th team foul. And, well, a basket will count, or the free throw will count. 2 players were fighting for position. Both ended up in the lane. Eli Langmeyer, 6'4 sophomore. And they're going to do it again here. That is the 7th team foul. So I'm not, well, apparently it's going back to Lancaster because both of them were in the lane. That's kind of an interesting case there. If you have a Lancaster player in the lane on a Lancaster free throw, obviously it goes back to Platteville, and then you get a reshoot if it was a Platteville player. And when you have them both in, I guess it goes back to Lancaster in this case. With 5:14 remaining, 66-35 Platteville in front. running some motion. Here's Wolf too hard from the foul line, or from the baseline. Now Murphy, the left wing three, that will not go. And grabbing the rebound is Langmeyer. And back comes Platteville with 4:57 remaining. Right wing three doesn't go for Stang. Offensive rebound and a reset for the Hillmen. And over at the right wing, Stang in the corner. Pass inside to Langmeyer, back out and then stolen. Williams comes up with a steal. And back the other way, he takes it up and in. Midwest One Bank shot for Williams. You'll always score more with Simply Better Making. Midwest One Bank member FDIC. 66-37 with 4:35 remaining. And a full timeout called by Lancaster. Back after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 7.
Have you heard your mother say that if you cross your eyes, they will stay that way? This is Dr. Rizma from the First Eye Clinic in Lancaster. While your eye muscles are designed to move your eyes in all directions, health conditions such as diabetes can affect every part of your eyes. If you are experiencing blurry vision, give me, Dr. Rizma, a call at 888-582-0769. First Eye Clinic, located at Grant Regional Health Center, 500 South Madison Street in Lancaster.
At Dubuque Mattress, we understand the quality of sleep is important. That's why when you shop at Dubuque Mattress, you'll notice that we are invested in finding the right mattress for you. Our trained and experienced sales staff won't sell you something you don't need or want. We care about you, the customer, and want you to get the best night's sleep possible. That's our goal. Stop in today along Highway 20, directly across from Tyson's. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 7.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. 4:22 remaining and a 66-37 lead for Platteville. And here's Williams in the corner for Lancaster. And Williams, or now Wolf at the left wing. And inside the lane, putting it up and missing was Bellscamper. Brennan Bellscamper, 6'2 junior. Now Platteville with the ball at a foul called. Actually, not a foul. It's a turnover. And so back to Lancaster it will go with 3:47 left. Here is Williams at the left wing. Over to Ryder. And Bellscamper at the left wing. Brennan Bellscamper, 6'2 junior, averaging 1.2 points a game. Williams for three. Bullseye from the right wing. And it is 66-40. Platteville's lead 26 with 3:20 left. And then Arrows come up with a steal. And back the other way over to the left wing. Here is a three that will not go for the mysterious number 13. We don't have his number on the program. And so I'm going to have to find it if I can. Meanwhile, that was a miss. And here is the top of the silo three that will not go for Logan Day, 6-foot sophomore now in the game. Back the other way, a layup attempt, and that is up and good. And getting his first points of the night, Brennan Bellscamper. And it's 66-42 with 2:40 remaining until Platteville finishes the first half of the SWC season undefeated. Here is a drive from the left wing, straight up by Votes, but misses. Platteville crowd wanted to see him score. Meanwhile, back the other way. Here is Bellscamper with it. And a pass out to the corner. And here is Williams for three off the front of the rim. And the rebound chased down by Stang with 2:07 remaining. And over at the right wing, Stang drives, puts it up and in. And he gets a nice cheer from the crowd, the Platteville crowd, who wanted to see him get points. 68-42. And then a pass intended for Williams goes out of bounds. And it'll go back to Lancaster with 107 seconds remaining. Platteville has a game at Adams Friendship on Monday, and Lancaster will be in Fenimore on Tuesday. Actually, Monday, I think. That'll be on AM 1590 WPVL. Shot is missed. Rebound by Langmeyer with 1:35 left. And at the right wing, here is Day. And then a pass underneath. And backing in, the turnaround shot is good for Langmeyer. Langmeyer gets his first points of the night. 70-42 Platteville with 1:17 left. Over at the right wing with the ball is Brady Oyen. And then in the corner now tries the baseline shot. That'll not go, and it's tipped out of bounds. Trying on a rebound attempt there. And back to Platteville with 1:04 left. So Platteville will be in first place. And by how much, I guess will depend on the other two games tonight. Here is a corner three, and that doesn't go. And the shot attempt was by Cam Key, a junior. So I think everybody who could play tonight is in. And quickly back the other way, laying it up and in. And the basket for Keegan Taylor, a 6-foot junior. I think that's his first points of the season. 28 seconds left. 72-42 Platteville. 24 seconds left. Or at the left wing, Bellscamper. And Bellscamper loses the ball. Take it away. And Votes will dribble it up with 14 seconds left. And now backing up, Platteville will just be content to dribble it out and finish the first half of the SWC season undefeated. Final score, Platteville 72, Lancaster 42. Hillman go to 11-4 and 5-0 in the SWC, and Lancaster drops to 2-12, 1-4 in the SWC. 72-42. Platteville wins. Back after this.
In game 8.
Heads Up Salon. Sherry, Jennifer, and Brittany at Heads Up do highlights, color, cuts, perms, and new barbering services too. Heads Up Salon, North Jefferson Street, Lancaster.
Sports is presented by Ben Reed CFP, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Platteville. Receiving an inheritance? Give Ben a call. Member SIPC. Located by Nutrition World on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville.
This is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Dubuque Mattress was voted best place to buy a mattress for many reasons, but one of them was best price. Because Dubuque Mattress is a mattress factory, we are truly factory direct. We cut out the cost of the middleman. And because of our volume, we have the most buying power. I personally guarantee that Dubuque Mattress is 10 to 40% less than any other mattress store in town. Find us on Highway 20 directly across from Tyson's. Dubuque Mattress for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In game 8.
Gray Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL and the Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Darlington a winner tonight over Cuba City, 58-51. That was on Super Hits 106. Also tonight in wrestling, River Valley over Lancaster, 51-22. That was on 97.7 Country WGLR. 72-42. Platteville beats Lancaster tonight. We'll be back with more after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In game 9.
Trade out and trade up with the Gia Milking Performance promotion at Fuller's Milker Center. For a limited time, trade out your old milking units and liners and immediately benefit by trading up to a better milking performance at substantial savings. Choose from the Gia IQ milking unit or the classic 300E milking unit, both available with a GQ liner package. Plus, save if you need to swap jetter cups too. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to find out how you can save big trading out and trading up on new Gia milking equipment technology.
Whether it's on the farm, at the job site, or just the front lawn, Napa has the parts to get the job done. Hydraulic hoses, PTO drive shafts, even bucket teeth. parts can be found at Napa. For smaller equipment like lawnmowers, snowblowers, or snowmobiles, we carry essential maintenance items such as belts, filters, and fluids. Stop in today at Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Highway 14 East Richland Center, and Highway 61 Bosque Hill.
In Game 9.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio. AM 1590 WPVL. Platteville beats Lancaster tonight 72-42, where that makes them 5-0 in the Southwest Wisconsin Conference, and we'll be back after this on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 10.
Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center. Experience the difference.
For residential, commercial, or ag building projects, call on Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster. Todd Wolf and his crew pride themselves in providing full service for their customers at the highest of quality. Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster, proud to back our local athletes.
The Peterson Agency in Argyle knows if you run a business, you know the most valuable things are also the hardest to get. Your business didn't grow overnight and came from years of hard work, confidence in what you could do, and making smart decisions. That's why an insurance policy from West Bend makes sense. It protects your valuable and hard-earned business so you can focus on doing what you do best. And it's all backed by the knowledge and experience of the Peterson Agency. To find out more, contact the Peterson Agency in Argyle, 608-543-3354.
In Game 10.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio. AM 1590 WPVL. Platteville the winner tonight over Lancaster 72-42. Culver's Cool Down postgame show presented by Culver's in Dubuque, Goleta, and Platteville follows these messages on AM 1590 WPVL.
Postgame 3 minutes.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
Teachers shape the future. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who'll make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change. And generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So, what's the asking price on these houses?
You'd probably be more comfortable living somewhere else.
How long is the lease?
Sure, you can afford to live here, but...
How about the schools?
We have twins.
This neighborhood probably wouldn't be right for your kids.
If a real estate or rental agent says anything like this, you are being discriminated against, and it is illegal. If you experience housing discrimination, go to HUD.gov/fair housing and report it. Fair housing. The law is on your side. A message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/one small step. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Times have changed since Mom first created Culver's Double Butterburger Deluxe, but one thing sure hasn't.
Craig, what would you like to share for show and tell?
This is a Butterburger. Fresh beef, never frozen, seared to perfection, topped with real Wisconsin cheese on a lightly buttered bun. Butterburger, Butterburger.
Hungry? Stop in for one today.
It's time for the Culver's Cool Down Postgame Show, brought to you by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, Platteville, and Prairie du Chien.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Platteville beats Lancaster tonight 72-42. We're joined by Platteville coach Mike Hoosier. Thanks for coming over. And I would have to say just briefly first that tonight kind of showed why you're in first place. You get a lot of contributions from a lot of different people and so on.
Yeah, we had good balance again scoring-wise. I think when I looked at the book quickly before I came up, Steve, we had 3 in double figures and probably 2, 3, maybe 4 more guys with 7 or 8 points. So, we've got some guys that can score, and every night it's someone a little bit different. But, I thought the first half we just defensively we weren't quite where we would like to be. Thought they got some clean looks that maybe didn't go in. Second half was a little bit better, and maybe I'm just nitpicking, but trying to hold our guys to a pretty high standard on that end of the floor.
Well, your defense, even if some shots didn't go in, your defense helped create an 18-0 run in the first half, and it was kind of out of hand after that.
And that's kind of been our MO a little bit this year. We'll get on these scoring runs. I think part of it's our defensive pressure, our ability to share the ball and make shots. But we also know that when we're going to run into teams that will be able to grind us out a little bit in the half court. So some of the, to the fans and others watching, it looks like it's pretty good, but there's some details that need to be cleaned up. But all in all, anytime you win on the road in the SWC, got to be exciting. We told the kids to enjoy it.
All right, so what do you feel? They got Adams Friendship Monday. They are, of course, a postseason opponent from several years ago. I know they don't play that incredibly exciting to watch 1-3-1 zone anymore, but what kind of challenges are you going to get from them?
Yeah, Steve, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
You never quite get over those, but that was a heck of a high school basketball game.
It sure was.
Sectionals, but they're a little bit different now. They're still long and athletic. This year, more man-to-man defense than I've ever seen them play. So it will be a great challenge. I think the road trip, the length of the road trip will be something we'll have to handle. And then they've got some guys that can score and play a little bit. Had a really good game with them last year. So excited for that trip up to Adams Friendship and then get back into SWC play next Thursday night.
And what do you feel like you have to do in the last half of the SWC season? And I believe, 9 games left in your regular season?
Yeah, we just have to focus on the day-to-day process. And I know that sounds really cliche, but creating the same habits over and over so they carry over into the game. We're getting closer. I think what's exciting is I don't think we've played our best basketball yet. I think we're getting closer to that, and at times it's looked really good, but I don't know that we've put 36 complete minutes together yet. And, I give our kids credit. They come and work hard every day. Practices are really competitive, and I think it's showing, during the games this year. But we got to continue just to focus on the day-to-day and not look down the road what may or may not happen in the future.
Okay, well, that seems like a good idea. Getting back to Platteville.
Yeah, I think exactly. We're ready to get on the bus and go home.
Okay, thanks for coming over. Have a good weekend, and congratulations on the win tonight.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks again for the coverage. Always good to talk with you.
Thank you. Yes, it is. Mike Hoosier, talking to him, not talking to me necessarily, but Mike Hoosier, the Platteville coach. Platteville wins tonight, 72-42 over Lancaster, and the Hillmen now 5-0 in the Southwest Wisconsin Conference. Here is the scoring in tonight's game. And, once again, as Mike Hoosier mentioned, they get contributions from a lot of different people. David Edge led them in scoring off the bench with 13 points. And Simon Babel led them, or was second in scoring, also off the bench with 12 points. And Keegan Coffey had 10 points off the bench. Their three leading scorers didn't start. That's actually pretty impressive if you think about it. Meanwhile, Derek Digman with 9 points, 7 points for Lucas Ludlam, 6 points for Garrison Tashner, and also forgot 7 points for Zach McLean, and then 4 points for Logan Day off the bench, and 2 points each for Wyatt Hare and who's the other one here? Eli Langmeyer. So I think Langmeyer, that's his first first points of the basketball season. So that really says something there when your three leading scorers are not starters. This is a very deep basketball team. Meanwhile, Lancaster led in scoring by Taylor Williams with 17 points, and it drops off from there with Tyler Timmerman with 5 points, 4 points each for Brennan Gildersleeve and Connor Raisbeck. 3 points for Michael Murphy and Mitchell Wolf, and 2 points for Will Bussin, and Kaufman came into the game and scored, and as well Brady Oyen with 2 points in the game. Tricor Turning Point is presented by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. And again, pretty simple. The 18-0 run that Platteville had. And I'm just making sure that my math is right here, which is always kind of a dubious thing. Well, he had 18-0 run to, that was a 1-point lead, and then suddenly you look up and it's a 19-point lead, 25-6 for Platteville with 8:51 left in the first half. And they didn't get much closer than that really the rest of the way. I think 14 points might have been as close as Lancaster got the rest of the ball game. So that 18-0 run turns out to be the Tricor Turning Point. Again, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. 72-42, Platteville beats Lancaster. We'll race through the shoebox scoreboard one more time and tell you about what is coming up, including, believe it or not, college basketball Monday afternoon. We'll do all that after these messages on AM 1590 WPVL.
Post-game, 2 minutes.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know what's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Did you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Post game, 2 minutes.
Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Sports YouTube channel. I haven't heard I did it wrong yet, so I assume it'll be okay. On the Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, as mentioned, 72-42 Platteville over Lancaster. Elsewhere, in the Ridge and Valley, Seneca over Wazeeka Steuben, 73-65. Six Rivers East, Blackhawk over Judah, 66-44. Blackhawk over Judah, 66-44. There's another score that got in there that I don't think is right. And let's check also. Benton over Shullsburg, 74-64. In the SWC, Dodgeville over River Valley, 72-52. So the Dodgers still a game and a half back. They have a game to make up against Platteville. So they're still a game and a half back. Six Rivers West, Potosi over Highland, 68-45. Swall, Fenimore over Boscobel, 64-41. As mentioned, Darlington over Cuba City, 58-51. That was on Super Hits 106. River Ridge back to the Six Rivers West over Cassville, 67-36. Benton over Belmont, 59-43. I think that score is right. Remember last night we were having some issues there. In Illinois, in girls basketball, number one ranked Galena still will be number one after this, 65-17 over West Carroll. That was admittedly the top and the bottom of the conference, but nevertheless they got the win. And that is that score. And meanwhile, in wrestling, one other score that we have for you, and that is, I have to find it first here, River Valley over Lancaster tonight, 51-22. And that was on 97.7 Country WGLR. Well, let us talk about what is not going to happen tomorrow, but will happen Monday. Believe it or not, the Badger basketball game at Northwestern was postponed due to COVID. That's not that surprising. What is they will be playing again Monday afternoon, and I believe that's a 1:30 start here on AM 1590 WPVL. The last college game on a Monday that wasn't a holiday, I cannot remember off the top of my head, and an afternoon game. A little strange. Also, Monday night, boys basketball, Fenimore at Lancaster at 7, 97.7 Country WGLR. More boys basketball, East Dubuque at Cuba City, 7 o'clock on Super Hits 106. Tuesday, girls basketball, River Ridge at Lancaster, staying here, 7 on AM on Extreme 107.1. Big boys basketball game, an interstate one, Scales Mound at Benton, 7 o'clock on Super Hits 106. Wednesday, Badger basketball at Maryland from College Park, 5 o'clock on AM 1590 WPVL. Thursday, a big rematch, boys basketball, Dodgeville and Platteville at 7 on 97.7 Country WGLR. Then Friday, girls basketball, Shullsburg at River Ridge at 7 on 97.7 Country WGLR. And girls basketball, Platteville at Prairie du Chien at 7 on, I just lost my page here, Extreme 107.1. By the way, a week from tomorrow, the wrestling Southwest Wisconsin duels on the 28th at 8:40 on AM 1590 WPVL, and a time to be determined on 97.7 Country WGLR. That's next Saturday. Well, the sports directors of Queen Bee Radio, Mark Evenstad and R.J. Osterhaus, Tyler Dictanis is our digital program director. Johnny Page is our chief engineer. Thanks to R.J. Osterhaus and Rob Spangler for being able to fix my online problem on a text message, so we were able to get on. Thanks also to Brett Rollins and the staff at Lancaster High School. Thanks to our sponsors who help us bring this game to you, and thank you for joining us. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball, presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling, is a Queen Bee Radio sports presentation on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL Platteville. Platteville is 5-0 in the SWC, 72-42 over Lancaster. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Steve Prestegard. ESPN Radio is next. We'll see you for more basketball next week.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School sports presentation.
ESPN Radio.